Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone today? Welcome, welcome, welcome to Spirit Tea with MamaCOle. It is June 4th, Thursday. How is your week? I am MamaCOle. I am a psychic medium, seer, spiritual coach, Reiki master, all the things. Doesn't really matter. I'm here for the next hour and a half. Hour to hour and a half. I'm yours. We're going to talk about this heart chakra tonight, do some card pulls. I have a really cool setup. Let me see if I can show you guys. I'm not sure. Up. I'm having camera issues tonight. I went ahead and I got my large rose quartz generator tonight, and we have some pink opal, sunstone, and I got our heart since we were doing heart chakra. And I pulled a deck that we haven't used in a while. Usually we've been using the Folia deck. I don't know what's going up with my camera. We've been using the Folia deck, and tonight I'm going to add the chakra deck. And I also did bring my huge, wait, can you, I think it's backwards, my huge tin of my cards too. I don't know why, I just felt that I don't always do my cards, but for some reason tonight, with the heart chakra, I really felt called to my chakra decks. So, how is everybody's week? What's been happening? Hi, race car fan. Who's over on Facebook? If you're over on Facebook, I can't see your comments quite yet. But hey, I see Trisha and Don. Welcome, welcome. I was like, just give me a minute and I'll refresh it. Hopefully you guys will show up. So how's your week been? Hi, Donna. Nice to see you. How's everybody's weeks? What's going on this week? I'm going to give you a minute to grab your tea, coffee, tea, whatever your beverage of choice is. Go grab it. If you got cards and want to join and do some card pulls with me, feel free to. Go grab those. Sage, whatever you want. This is our time. I also encourage you, if you have a candle, or even I'm in Florida and it's like 94 degrees, so I have my battery-powered candles. Grab one of those. Let's take a few deep breaths. This is our time to unwind, relax from the week, get ready for the weekend. Usually as adults, our work week will end on Friday, but then you have the whole weekend with the kids when you want to kind of relax and wind down. So Thursdays, it's kind of why I chose Thursdays for tea time. It's a good time to free your soul, take care of you for just an hour and a half we have here. So if you have some sage, I'd like to go ahead and invite you to cleanse yourself, your space. If you're not indigenous or don't use sage, that's fine. You can use a bay leaf. You can use lavender, plain incense, whatever you like. And if you can't do smoke, that's fine too. You can also use Florida water. I use multi-layers. I use Florida water. I use salt water. Do whatever you like. You can also anoint, which I'm going to do tonight. Take your oil or your perfume, and all we're doing is creating a sacred space. You can anoint at your wrist for what you do. I always do my third eye for what I know. My heart chakra, especially tonight, I'm going to even draw a heart right there and cross. What I love, my ankles for where I go, and my navel for my connection. Now, all I'm doing is creating a sacred space, making myself available. Hold on. We got a spammer, or whatever you call them on Facebook. There we go. Okay, so all I'm doing is creating a sacred space, letting my guide spirits know that I'm ready, and yours too. And just like when you go to church, or you go to any place that you want sacred, you consider sacred, you cleanse your space and yourself and make sure you're ready to receive whatever messages come through. So tonight, I'd like you to just take a few breaths with me. Make sure if you're driving, please don't close your eyes, okay? But if you're not, I'd like you to close your eyes. Let your shoulders soften. Unclench that jaw. Okay, and allow yourself to arrive here slowly. Okay, now tonight we're continuing our journey of the heart chakra. So I want you, as you breathe in, just take 3 or 4 breaths. I'd like to go ahead and invite our guides, guardians, angels, ancestors, and loved ones to join us today, along with our higher selves. May the messages be clearly and easily received and very easily validated and understood. Amen, aho, and so mote it be. Okay, and what I just did there was I just created a sacred space. I let your guides, guardians, loved ones know that we're ready to work, and mine too. So now anything can happen, okay? We are open to receive. So do you guys know anything about the heart chakra? Have you heard of the heart chakra? Do you know what I'm talking about? If you don't, over on Patreon, I have a whole series. I've been running all of the chakras this week. And the other day, last week was the third eye. No, the throat. This week is the heart. Now, what a chakra is, this is your energy system that runs through your body, okay? So what we're doing, the heart chakra is also known as anahata, but this evening, it's less about like the information and more about experiencing it, okay? Many people understand the idea of healing like intellectually. They understand what healing is, but their nervous system still believes that it must remain in survival mode. And that's because the heart doesn't feel safe enough to be open, okay? And I wrote this down, so I am reading it because it was really deep for me. I'm trying to heal my heart chakra myself. And it's really hard because I'm realizing I've basically been in survival mode since this age. That's little Cheryl. I was like 4 years old. This is my passport when I came to the US. Shortly after that, 6 months after that, my heart was shattered when my dad left my mom and I. He got divorced. There's a lot of sensitive people who learned early that love and safety were inconsistent. Um, so for me at 4, I learned that daddies can leave. And the nervous system will adapt to that like survival mode. Sometimes when you're in survival mode from like your heart chakra is like blocked or you're just living in survival mode, there's some signs. You're definitely a people pleaser. I spent so many years people pleasing. You're emotionally shut down. You either have like anger and over people pleasing, but there's no middle ground. You're hyper independent. You think that you can do everything on your own and you don't need anybody. Now, I always thought that was an asset. No, actually, that's like trauma. That's your heart chakra is screwed because you don't feel safe with anyone or any place. You overly give. Um, you fear being vulnerable. You're afraid of being hurt, being open. Um, you have a difficult time receiving help. That's also that hyper independence. I don't need your help. I can do it on my own. That way I don't get hurt if you let me down. You're constantly caretaking other people. I found, why do you think my name is MamaCOle? Like, hello, me too. I feel like it's my responsibility to help take care of the world and guide everybody. And with that too, you're also emotionally guarded. Like I said, you have some happiness and stuff, but you're afraid to be vulnerable, to let people see your true feelings and emotions. Okay. And these are often survival responses. They're not failures. Okay. Your body learns to protect you before the full soul feels safe enough to soften again. Okay. So this is really common. And all these things affect our heart, our life force, our heart, our prana, our heart chakra. Okay. And in Vedic teachings, the heart chakra is connected to your life force energy, your breath, your compassion, your interconnectedness, and your emotional balance. So it's really connected to a lot. Okay. Okay, see, Mahatma, if you're being lazy and stuff, this is going to help you. A lot of it is our heart chakra. You're either overly dependent or you some people emotionally shut down. Um, this is why often we work with shallow breathing. The shallow breathing accompanies grief, fear, trauma, and emotional guarding. The heart literally will tighten up. I am a breath holder. It is so hard for me to do the breath exercises and the breathing exercises and the meditations and all that because I hold my breath. And I assume because as an adult, I hold my breath. Like if I'm in pain, if I'm giving birth to kids, I hold my breath. Like my heart, like everything, I hold my breath. Um, and I bet you I was probably one of them kids that would hold my breath till I passed out when I was little. like, um, but your breath actually helps restore the movement to the energy in your body. So, but when you breathe, your your energy is moving up and down. So when you tighten and you hold your breath or you're stressed and you're trying to keep everything in and the emotions in and stuff, your energy is also just constricted. It can't naturally flow. Okay. Your breath reminds your nervous system that you survived, and eventually it'll lead it to feeling like I am safe now. Okay. So, what we're going to do tonight, I'm going to try to, before I get into readings and stuff, I'm going to try to get everybody to kind of connect and take that breath that so many of us need. And we're just too busy running through life, worried about the bills, worried about the kids. But if I show too much emotion or too much overwhelm, they're going to think that I can't handle this and I've got this. I don't need anybody's help. Hi, Shaylin. Hi. Okay. So what I'd like you to do if you're not driving, we're going to go ahead and do like just a short little exercise. I want you to place a hand over your heart and the other one over your stomach. Okay, now, as long as you're not driving or operating heavy equipment or anything, I'd like you to close your eyes and now take a slow inhale and exhale gently. Do it again. On your next breath, I want you to say, I am safe to soften as you inhale. Exhale. I release what I no longer need to carry. So as we breathe in, I am safe to soften. I release what is no longer needed for me to carry. Repeat this several times. And you can say it however you want. I release what I no longer need to carry. I am safe. There you go. Now one more real deep inhale. I am safe to soften. And I release what is no longer mine to carry. There you go. Now gently open your eyes. Now, did you feel that energy moving and notice how you're softer now? Like you're not so clenched and stuff. because your breath actually is your life force. As you breathe, you're activating your chakras, you're relaxing your body, your soul, allowing the energies to flow. Now, I want you to imagine, what would your heart feel like if you no longer had to stay in survival mode? What do you think your heart would feel like if you no longer had to stay in survival mode? Can you guys share that with me? Could you imagine a life without being in survival mode? What would it feel like if you could finally just land safe, just soft? Anybody there? Because I'm not seeing any comments, and my glasses seem so fog. So for me, what it would look like if I wasn't in survival mode, hmm, I bet I'd be skinny. Bet I wouldn't have stress, wouldn't have heart issues. Um, Probably have a lot more time on my hand because I'd be calmer and it would be easier for me to focus. So I bet I would get a lot more done and accomplished. And I'd probably be a lot happier. And I think it would be a big sense of relief. So, what about you? It would feel so light and free, Wendy says. Yeah. Like, could you imagine if we weren't in survival mode, if you weren't people pleasing, if you weren't putting yourself last, if you weren't holding your emotions and things like that? So, tonight, I do try to give you guys also crystal companions. The rose quartz, this is my pride and joy. This is like one of my babies. This is for tenderness and self-love. Okay, and I love her. She's got rainbows. She's so beautiful. She's one of I have two very large generators, and she's one of them. Um, but rose quartz, you can wear it, you can carry it in your pocket, put it in your room. Rose quartz really helps the heart chakra. It helps the energies. It surrounds the room with love. Rhodonite, I have some. I can't find it, but it's really good for healing grief and your emotional wounds. Green aventurine is also renewal and emotional balance. Now, I picked out ocean jasper. I love this because I use water as healing. So I grabbed some ocean jasper and I brought a couple of my hearts. Lepidolite, I feel is huge for healing grief. Um, and crystals are just a tool. They're not to fix us or anything. They help to support the intention and the healing, and they have energetic vibrations that will help you. Okay. Hi, Tally. How are you? So I do have my cards tonight. I'd like us to take a sip. Does anyone have any questions about their chakras? Um, Trisha, at peace. I know. Could you imagine if you weren't in survival mode? Well, Trisha, I know you've been in survival mode for years. As have I. Like, honestly, probably since I was 4 years old when my parents got divorced. Like, I was a kid that was shuttled around and the latchkey kid. And you know what I mean? Like, love wasn't safe. And that affects our heart chakras. Like, we have to deal with those things so that we can get out of survival mode. We have to allow ourselves and our souls to feel safe once again. And as adults, we're always making sure everybody else is safe and okay. And sometimes we, not sometimes, we pretty much always forget about ourselves. So tonight, I normally pull from the Folia deck, this deck here, but tonight I pulled her out and my whole entire thing. old thing. But I'm really called to our chakra deck. Okay. Our chakra insight deck. This is by Karen Sangster. I always like to shout them out in case you like the deck. This is a very large deck. I have really large hands. Here I can compare it with a lighter. So if you are small-handed, if you have tiny hands, this might be a little difficult of a deck to handle. But the images on these cards are just phenomenal. Oops. Some of them I do have to watch for nudity, nature. So I do have to cover some of them. Who would like a card tonight? Now, if you spam me, Telly, bloop, you're gone. So if you would like a reading or a card, see, Dawn has no clue of what it would feel like. She's always been in survival mode. And that's so true for so many of us. Like, we need to make a conscious effort now. I'm going to put your comment up. It's taking me so long to do all this. There we go. But we all, there's so many of us who are in survival mode. So how about tonight, when we pull these cards, how about we do what will aid us to get out of survival mode, or what do I need, or what is your barrier to, whichever you prefer. Ask it in your mind before we draw the card, whether you would like to know what the barrier is that's keeping you from getting out of survival mode, or if you would like to know what can help you get out of survival mode. That's what we could do with the pulls tonight. And if you have your cards, if you'd like to, go ahead and pull while I pull and see what you get for the people. Watch how your cards align with mine. It's really cool how it works. If you'd like to share, you're more than welcome to share. And if you're a receiver, you can take it or leave it. Okay. There we go. Hi, Donna. So nice to see you. As you haven't seen you in so long. We're hanging in there. We are actually on a new health regimen, and both of us are feeling pretty good. Kind of tired today, but other than that. So let's start with Stephanie. Wait, hold on. I'm trying to get to the top. Okay, Donna. Donna Solis is first. And I promise in the next, I will get to everyone. I usually go by spirit. I don't always go like in order. I'll go by wherever spirit calls me. Okay, Miss Donna. And as you know, I am a medium. And I'm a remote viewer. So oftentimes when I close my eyes before I do your reading, I will start saying your name over and over again. This is how my sessions work. I will say your name over and over again. These are mini samples of my full readings. And in my mind, I clear everything out so that I am like a speaker, like a receiver, a radio, movie projector, whatever you want to call it. And I will start seeing visions, people, music, colors, scent. I could smell stuff, but I will get flashes. And as I do, I will tell you what I'm seeing, what it is. You take whatever messages are yours, leave the rest behind, and then I pull a card. So there's a lot of times, and if I've worked with you before, I've worked with Donna quite often. So quite often her relatives will just pop in because they know we have a relationship. They're around quite often. So if I've worked with you before, you know that your loved ones will be like, "Hey, Cheryl, what's up? Can you tell them this?" It's really wild. It's so cool. But so I just want to let you know. And if you have any questions, please ask. If you have validations, if they hit on something, they're telling you something, please let us know. Yeah, you're talking about this and that. Because I don't really, to me, it's like charades. I'm being shown all these things, and it's like in my mind's eye. It's really hard for me to explain, but it's so real. And when it happens, I'm just telling you what's going on. but I can't decipher what it is. It's like I'm playing charades or like a movie screen without the context, like in a foreign language or something. And sometimes I do have symbols for certain things, so that's easy if they do that. But most of the time, the spirits don't really, they have their own languages and their own messages. So, Donna, that's really funny because your mom's totally coming through. Um, and she's wanting me to explain how I work. I did not put my makeup on tonight, and I'm apologizing for that. I just didn't want to. Your mom's, she's taking responsibility for the reason that you're in survival mode, Donna. She's saying she leaned on you a little much. Um, and she's showing me you playing as a child with these shoes. She keeps showing me these shoes like patent leather, like remember the little fancy shoes that we used to wear like to church and stuff. These are like white buckled shoes, and I'm saying you're probably really close to this age that I am here in this picture. Um, but she's like apologizing for making you have to be too perfect, and she is acknowledging your sister. Oh, it's now the two cards that I got for you are pleasure and desires, and you have gotten these before, Donna. Quite often, you get um, the enjoyment, beauty, sensuality, and intelligence. Okay. And the desires are your goals, your passion, your craving, and your fulfillment. Okay. This is you going through life in survival mode instead of receiving pleasure from the things that you're doing and acknowledging your passions, your cravings, feeling fulfilled. Okay. You're taking care of everyone else, but you're not taking care of yourself. And your mom, she's like, I wish I could have a do over. Like she showed you everything, like how to present yourself, like hair, makeup, and all that. But it was to present yourself, not to love yourself. Wow. So if you ever wonder, like that inner dialogue that you have, Donna, she's apologizing for that. Like a lot of that was her. Wow. I hope you're here, Donna. Please let me know how that validates. Because your mom is always, your readings are always so beautiful and light. And this is for you to turn that self love upon yourself with your desires and fulfillment. Stop worrying about everybody else and stop worrying about their behaviors affecting yours. You are enough. You are beautiful. You are loved. And you need to start. It is safe to soften. You need to start embracing your husband, treasuring that love, and disengage from the chaos around, is what she's showing me. Okay. She was perfect, the best. But she's saying she was a little harsh and judging, is what she's trying to say. She's saying she is seeing your sister, because she does need help. She's lost. Your sister's very lost. I'm getting that she must be in an episode. Is she on the streets right now? Your mom comes to her because she's trying to take care of her, and she knows that she can see, hear, and understand her, even though she's mentally ill right now. Okay. Okay. Oh, I think Donna's drawing hard. Yeah, Donna Izzy, Donna Solis, said that she drew the card of fear and transformation for you, and it was the fear relating to your current trauma survival mode and it's stopping your ability of current transformation. So I'm getting this is an effect of your children. Your children, the fear of what's going on with them, like there's chaos, there's contention, there's some stuff going on, and your fear that it's getting in the way of your transformation, of your self-love. Like, don't let it. Um, you're turning it inward, like it's your fault that they're acting and behaving this way. No, they're carrying their own burdens and demons, and you need to not let it affect who you are. Okay, Donna? So, and thank you, Donna Izzy, for contributing. I really appreciate it. I love it when we do that. Okay, I see you, Janelle. Hold on. Janelle says she just got here. Her heart got good and broken 2 weeks ago, as in this one sinks deeper than any before. I'd love some guidance, some clarity, and even hope. Okay, Janelle. Now, hope is something a lot of us lose when we're in survival mode. That was the other thing I wanted. I did a post on Facebook today on my personal Facebook about hope. Um, a lot of times when you're in survival mode or you're giving news that you think that there's absolutely no hope at all, or like your heart gets broke, you think this was the one, and then they break your heart, and you're like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? You give up all hope. Sometimes hope will come from the least expected places. There's always hope. Healing and transformation can come from anywhere, any source. Sometimes our hearts get broken and experiences happen to lead us to hope. Okay, so even though it may seem dark now, Janelle, what is in her way? What does Janelle need to soften? Let's do that, Janelle. What do you need to soften and feel safe? See, and it's not a person. That's what you need to know. Now, this is your throat chakra, Janelle. Okay, you need to sing. You need to self-express, vocalization, individuality, your inner voice, your assertiveness. Janelle, what words are you swallowing? Okay, so your blockage isn't just your heart. It's not just your heart that's broken, Janelle. It's that you have swallowed words. Okay, you haven't. There's things that you need to release that are not yours to carry, that are keeping you in survival mode. Okay. Um, you need to speak your truth, is basically it. You need to realize that I'm so sorry that your heart was broken, and I understand it hurts really, really bad. But I feel this is what you needed because you were never going to speak up if this wouldn't, if the universe wouldn't have, I get it, almost came through on your behalf. You know what I mean? Like you weren't going to leave the situation you were in, so something else had to happen. Okay, so Donna Izzy, for you, she pulled a card of compromise and a card of opposition. So she felt like you guys were not for each other and you compromised over and over. Yeah, you swallowed your words. And the throat chakra card coming out at the same time. See, we both got throat chakra, and it was you weren't yourself with this person. Whoever this person is that broke your heart, you weren't your true self. You were in survival mode and not being the beautiful Janelle that you are. Okay. So please know that the next time, make sure you don't swallow your words. And yes, I say next time because there will be a next time. Okay. Hold on. I got weird people on Facebook. Okay, so let me know how that resonates, Janelle. And I love that Donna. Say we both drew heart chakra. Like, how awesome is that? And I'm sorry, I keep my my monitor is up higher, and I have bifocals, so I'm having to look up. But I'm still here. So let me scroll up. Yeah, you did swallow words often. And when we do that, when we don't speak our truth, here, let me put this up here. If you go to Patreon, and it's free, it's totally free. Go to Patreon to Mama Cole's nest. Hold on. There it is. Go to Patreon to Mama Cole's Nest. And I have put my teachings there about like the throat chakra and how swallowing our words does affect us. And then it kind of like backs up the energy because it also affects your heart because you're not speaking your truth. So you're actually like breaking your own heart or you're like swallowing that energy and it has nowhere to go. So it's just bottling up and getting tighter and tighter. Okay. So when you speak your words and you release it, and I give you exercises, I give you journal prompts, and it's all free. There's some join membership, but you don't have to. You can get so much from the free membership on Patreon, and it'll help teach you how to. This week, I mean, this month is chakras, but I give you like moon tips, how to work your magic, different things just to help you heal and grow and spiritual stuff. Okay, so head on over there. The throat chakra comes out a lot for me too. Yeah. And Donna saying, yeah, give yourself love and compassion during this time. Like that's the hardest thing. And when you've been in survival mode and stuff, trying to give yourself love, like and compassion and stuff, if nobody's if you didn't learn at a young age what true love and compassion is, then it's really hard to give it to yourself. So that's why sometimes I teach people honestly as easy as putting lotion on when you get out of the shower. Just lovingly love yourself. Whatever helps you. But lotion is a really good start over your whole body and like take your time and picture yourself as a child or a baby. Like just picture how loving you would be and how gentle you would be if it was your younger self. Okay. And then look at yourself and start. That's the easiest way for me to start like self love because it's really hard if you've uh, I was abused pretty much most of my life. Like true love and to receive it's really hard. You know, when it talks about emotional blocking and stuff, that's all part of being traumatized and it's so normal. And it's something that if you learn to soften and love yourself now, you'll be such a better companion later. Okay. So, whew, Spirit is wanting us to dive deep tonight into self love and compassion. So, who else do I have? I have Dawn. I think that's where I'm popping next. Okay, see, Janelle says, hold on. I'll let you know, I did often want to express my love in words, but felt I should hold back to not overwhelm. He wasn't a words person, more showing you love style. So to keep things calm, I bit back my words, which you should never do. You should always be yourself, okay? I did not at a young age, though. So you didn't have the love and compassion at a young age. Okay, so Donna Izzy says that it's actually been a topic in therapy for her these past few weeks. Self love and compassion is hard to learn when all you've known is survival. Yes. And sometimes it starts as easy as lotion or as easy as lighting a candle, something you enjoy, okay? And it does take intention. Um, yes, Donna, of course. It's been ages since I've done any spiritual stuff. That's okay, Donna. Okay, I'm going to hop over to Facebook in the nest. I think they're in the nest. I'm gonna hop over to Dawn. Are you guys in the nest? I think it's in the nest. I'm gonna hop over to Dawn Schneider real quick. Dawn. I feel you're also in survival mode, as well as the kids around you are in survival mode, Dawn. So I think when we do the cards, we're going to see what will help you to feel safe and to be able to put those suitcases down. Them dang suitcases. You have like big, huge suitcases of stuff that you carry for everyone else. And you do have loved ones that are here, but they're more like observing, um, because they feel this is more about you internally and putting them suitcases down. So let's see what's first. I'm going to draw a card. Like, what's in your way of feeling safe? Like, to totally soften, because I feel like, once again, and we're all getting this message tonight, how hard you are on yourself. Okay. So there's your safe. And then what's in the way, or what now? What do you need to release? What are you carrying? Is the second card. Okay. Now, presence, your awareness, your attention. Okay. For you to feel safe, to soften, you need to be aware of your presence, how beautiful you are, your reality, your connection. I get that you have a very divine connection. Notice she's got a little tiny bee, and notice all the light rays and stuff. Notice how freeing and beautiful she is. She's very comfortable in her own skin. Okay. So to soften, I want you to feel, and this is more like embracing your teen self. I get this is before you were forced into survival mode. This is the moment in time, and I want you to like go back and see it clearly. Okay, because what's really cool, this is your presence. But with that you're not carrying is some things that you're seeing. It's your perspective, your truth, your knowledge, and your clarity. Okay. And together, these, I get that they're like a yin and yang. Um, you're carrying so many things that you have seen, but you're also seeing things that are putting life into perspective, but you're kind of blocking what you're seeing. Okay, so the guides are asking you to be present, okay, to be aware, at the beauty of life, the simple little things, as simple as a bee, but look how powerful this bee is. His wings, it's the butterfly effect. Your presence. Your presence matters. You have more impact than you realize. And you need to see that with truth, knowledge, and clarity. These bags that you've been carrying, you're not seeing them clearly. You're carrying other people's baggage and shit that isn't yours. Okay? Oof. Hold on. And Donna also pulled for you. Donna's also, I've worked with Donna quite a bit. She's over in Australia and she's part of my little group. And she's also on Patreon and stuff. And she pulls quite out when she used to. She hasn't been here in a while, but she pulled cards too for you, Donna, and they were trust, support, and trust. Like there's an energy of a lack of support for Dawn, but Dawn also is a big support for everyone else. There's an energy of you being stuck in your head, like you're overthinking everything, and you have an issue with trust, survival mode. That's where you need to see. That's your perspective, okay? Realize that you can trust everything, okay? You're very powerful. You're very present. It is okay to hope. It is okay to go forward and clarity. Like these are, I hope you could screenshot these because these are beautiful cards for you. Like, I want this to be you. I want you to see yourself clearly and how beautiful you are and how you are rising. Okay. You can soften and get out of survival mode. Okay, now Shaylin. And I promise I'll get to everybody. I'm just kind of bopping around. You love bees. Well, there you go. Trust is too hard for me. I have been hurt too much. That's exactly. So the very first person that you're going to trust is you, your inner self, your soul. Love yourself and trust yourself first. Trust that this transformation is real. Okay. Okay, Shay. That was really heavy. I'm gonna burn some sage real quick. I just feel so many of us are in survival mode that we're so hard on ourselves and we're like, well, I'm not going to trust anybody because, and what you're actually doing is you're like killing your own blessings, we're shutting ourselves down before we're experiencing things because we don't trust the experiences. I totally get it because there's so many things I don't trust. Is this real? Can I really hope again? Yeah, right. So it's going to work. I'm going to try, but I don't think it's going to, you know? No, Shaylin. Yeah, Stephanie, I got you, honey. We have plenty of time. I don't always stop in an hour. I'll go an hour and a half. I make sure that we all get what we came here to receive. All the messages are delivered. And Trisha, did I get you? I'm being called there too. Steph, not Stephanie. I'm doing shit. Hold on, I'm being bounced around. I get there's a commonality between Shaylin, Stephanie, and Trish. You guys are in different places and stuff, but I get that there is a major commonality. So maybe all three of you should pay attention to this message, okay? But it is specifically for Shaylin, but I get there's some parts that need to be heard. Shaylin, first off, I'm really cold. My arms are very cold. I don't feel very comfortable in my body at the moment. And what I'm doing is seeing what I didn't ask a specific question, but we are like, what do you need to soften and what do you need not to carry? So with the coldness, what's really funny is I drew connection right away. Isn't that wild? um, Universal oneness, love, interconnection, and support. So for you to soften, you need connection. You need to know, Shayla, stop being in your apartment by yourself reading the book. Like, get out, get connected. Know that you are loved just for being you. And this could be as simple as if you're into books, go to the bookstore, go to the library, join a book club. Um, some reason they're really focusing on books. I'm not sure if there's something that you need to read or that you've been called to recently. Go ahead and dive back in. It is safe now for you to soften and do that. Was reading something that you used to do and you're not able to anymore, that somebody used to make fun of you, or something that you really enjoyed and that you haven't done lately? Because I get a lot of reading with your connectedness. Um, Another one, pleasure and enjoyment, beauty, sensuality. Another person, Shaylin, you need to do the things that bring you pleasure and joy. Um, it is going to lead you to interconnection. And I get that's what you're missing right now. Like you're trying to connect right now, Shay, with things outside of yourself and people outside of yourself, as are numerous of us here tonight. Okay. And when the real connection needs to be within, what brings you pleasure. Obviously, what brings you pleasure is people, oneness. Sometimes maybe it's volunteering. I get that'll get you around people and stuff, and you're a little bit more socially in control, to where you can relax and soften. That's really cool. I do get a lot of volunteer work for you, perhaps. Now, Donna said she filled burden and sensation. You feel like you're a burden on someone and you're being overly cautious and sensing what others think and feel about you. Yes. And the burden, but I feel like uh, see, that's kind of what I get. You're not a burden. Like you have to enjoy yourself. You have to connect. And I really get you need people to make yourself feel better. And if the people around you are not supporting you, Shaylin, then you need to find new people. And that's what I get, like the whoever brings you joy. Okay. So I hope that helps, Shay. Not sure what Trish and Stephanie were supposed to get from that also, but I'm sure you guys know. Okay, so step, step, step. I'm not even on that. Step, 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 step. Stephanie, there's a gentleman coming through Frontiero. I'm not sure what I can't figure out if he's Latino, Italian, but he's very eccentric and he smells really good. Like old school good, like back in the day of like Dracar or Polo, like the original Polo. Like he smells good. He's got a black suit with the white shirt, but it's like flared open. And I'm not sure if he's dancing or just walking. It's almost like he's like dancing, like on the outskirts. Like he's a very happy, jovial guy, and he smells really good. And I'm not sure if this is like your dad or your grandpa or maybe an uncle. Um, you smell it too, yeah. Like it's a really. Donna also smells it. He's very. So please know, Steph. He's not really talking, but he's making his presence very known. So let's pay attention to the cards. And it's like he's. I'm not sure if he's really like dancing or just kind of celebrating. Um, it's not like a real dance. It's more like a kinda maybe kinda like how like a dad kinda like twirls and stuff with his little girl or like they kinda like play, like hop around and stuff. That's kinda more like what he's doing. Stephanie, Stephanie. So Stephanie, I'm gonna draw 2 cards and they're about like what'll help you feel safe to soften and like what are you carrying that isn't yours? Okay, and I feel like for you to feel safe to soften, you need to dance. You need movement, Stephanie. You're Italian. Okay. Well, he smells really good. Um, but you need movement, dance. Now, oftentimes our relatives and family comes through for us to return back to our traditions. Okay. So cooking, eating, dancing, joyous laughter. Okay. Have faith for you to feel safe and to soften, you have to have faith. Now, I'm not talking about being religious and having to go back to church and going to mass every Sunday and all that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about having faith that, like, if this is your daddy or if this is your uncle or whoever this is, that you know without a doubt that he is still, his soul is still very much alive and still around. Um, you have faith, you have hope, you believe in miracles, you believe that the divine can connect with you, okay? Um, Stop being caught up in all these feelings and emotions that you're not doing things right, um, or your moods aren't balanced. Everything's a commotion and everything's going every which way, and you're so confused. And no, you need to look up, okay? And this is God, source, Buddha, whatever you believe in. Okay. Oh, the faith thing makes sense. I was seeing religious or Catholic faith. Donna was also seeing religious. Okay. Um, our Italian maternal side dancing in Cologne. So know that that's your grandpa on your mama's side with the dancing and the cologne. And sometimes it's as simple as that, putting some old music on. Put on an old song that maybe you danced with him to when you were little. And if you can't remember, that's okay. Just put on your favorite song, like from when you were 13 or 14. Dance around the room. If you drink wine, have a drink of wine. If you want to make a good pot of sauce, do that. Um, have hope again, Stephanie. It's like you've lost hope. That's what's going to help you soften. And you're carrying emotions and baggage that is not yours to carry. Okay, so you have to find a balance and realize what isn't yours, let it go. Okay, and I guess some of this might be some childhood stuff, experiences and things that you've just need to to put down, recognize it, feel it, and keep going forward, okay? And Donna pulled cards, and she got a vibe of Catholicism and religious and was pulled to her angel cards. And she got a feeling of like work-related opportunities, something like you're meant to trust your instincts with the decision. Okay. So it's you having faith. Okay, Stephanie, that's all. I say that's all. That's hard. Sometimes when we have losses and stuff, we have a battle with our faith, and I've been there, and it is difficult. Now, Trisha. Trisha, before I start, are you ready to everything? Are you open to everything? Um, I know you guys saw me sitting here shuffling these. I just drew two for Trisha. Trisha, I have a female here, older woman, not wasn't always the nicest, and is coming through very humble and apologetic. And that's why I said, "Are you sure you're open?" And then I pulled cards. First card I got was faith. Trisha, you have got to have faith and know that those who have passed on where they are, know that they are around you. They do support you. You need to continue to believe in miracles. I get that you've actually witnessed some miracles. And the healing and things that you hoped for and desired for are still within your reach, even though those people that you are healing from are on the other side. Okay? Because your next card, so this is what you need to put down is the lack of hope, the lack of um, miracles and support. Okay? And you also, it's funny that you and Dawn both got the same awareness, attention, reality, and connection. So I get like this is like you having a connection with your hope and your spirituality. Okay, go deeper. It is time to go deeper. It is time to connect with that, be the other side, the reality of your spiritual connection. That was deep, Trisha. I hope that resonated. I hope I didn't call you out too much. Um, Hi, Sarah. It's her grandma. Yeah, yeah. That's what I thought too, Dawn. Hi, Angel. And my daughter-in-law is here. She says, hello there, mother, birth giver of my husband. Don't blame me. I tried. See, and Donna pulled the cards perfect timing and illuminate. Like you are right where you're supposed to be. You need to just keep going and have hope and miracles and believe and trust and soften. For you to soften, you have to know that yes, you are safe. Yes, you are watched over. Yes, you have support. You may not have the support that you feel that you need, but your support is more on the other side of the veil than here. Your support is things that not everyone can see. Yeah, I believe it's your grandma too. Your mom was there too, but she was like in the back or something. Like, yeah, because there was a thing of hope and compassion. Okay, so let me hop around. Miss Sarah, I got you. Oh, and I got Donna too. Let me get Donna real quick. Donna Izzy. And Angel, if you'd like a card, just comment. Where are you watching? Because your comments are showing up different than the Facebooks. I don't know where you're watching from. Okay. So Sarah. And no, I'm doing Donna first. Donna. As soon as I drop in, Donna, I'm smelling a campfire. As soon as I drop in. And it's a campfire that has gone out with the rain. Like I'm seeing the fire and I'm seeing the smoke and it's wet. Don't know what the symbolism is for that. And I get, yeah, you do have a disconnect. I'm asking the safe to soften and what you carry. See, Donna, for you to soften, you need to forgive. There's something that you need to let go of, Donna, for you to soften. And that might, you need to just let go of, and it's letting go, healing, growth, and compassion. Okay? Forgiveness. So I get this is like a forgiveness of yourself. Like you need to let go. Okay? The lessons have been learned. Let's go forward. This is true. Um, this is the next chapter of your life. Keep growing forward. Have compassion with yourself and forgive yourself for being in survival mode for so long. Okay? This is what you need to do to soften and to feel safe. Because I know that life has been insane for you the last 2 years, that you've had so many life changes. Your mom passed away, you graduated college, you're a nurse, you got married. Um, it's okay to make those wishes now and know that you're actually living on the other side of the rainbow now. You're somewhere over the rainbow is now. Okay. All those wishes that you've dreamed, you've accomplished. Now enjoy them. Okay. And you also need to sing your songs, speak your truth, sing out loud, celebrate yourself, because you also have been swallowing words, Donna. Okay. So let's not do that anymore. Hi, Carrie. I got you, Carrie. See, Donna's been stuck in depression lately, as in the meaning to life and everything, and I get stuck in a loop. So, Donna, you need to let go of that. Maybe you don't need to figure out the meaning of life. Maybe you need to just be. Yes, I mentioned somewhere over the rainbow. Look, is that you and your mama's? Because you're somewhere over the rainbow is now. So many times, a lot of us, you listen to that when you think of your mom. I lost love singing it. I've not done much of that lately. So let's put somewhere over the rainbow on and freaking belt it out. And what's funny was last week, Wizard of Oz was mentioned before too with Dawn. Somebody came through and was doing Wizard of Oz, but they were doing and your little dog Toto too, like riding on the bike. Oh, so Donna, yeah, you definitely, your moment that you have always dreamt of is now. The only thing missing is your mom, but she's still there. That's where the hope comes through. Okay. She's just looking at you on the other side. And Donna Solis is saying, thanks, Izzy, for her card. Okay. Now I know we've had a whole bunch of people pop through. I'm going to try to get everybody. I got Sarah, then Carrie. Okay, Sarah. Oh my gosh. Sarah, this is really funny. You're there. Okay, I've had a golden retriever around, and I wonder if that's why I have these cards too. Because there's a golden retriever around, and he has a cool collar with a something special metal on the collar. There's something special about the tag on his card. See, now I like want to pull that card. I don't even know where that card is. But if I don't pull it, I'm going to show you. Okay. Sarah, for you, self-esteem, confidence, self-love, self-worth, and pride. This is what you need to soften. You need to see how beautiful you are, sweetheart. You need to not look for somebody to complete you, but to know that you complete yourself. Okay? Self-love, self-worth. Be proud of how far you've come, how you have survived, and put the frickin' walls down and soften. You need to just soften into yourself. You're in survival mode big time. You need to be like dancing in the flowers. And sunflowers are a big part of this, okay? And with that, you need to have compassion and empathy for yourself. You've been in survival mode for so long, and it's okay. It's not something to get mad about. Um, be like the lotus and rise above it. Love yourself. Right now, you have to have empathy, caring, compassion, self love, self worth. That's what you're to be working on to soften yourself. And also, it's not just to soften yourself, um, it's also for you to put the crap down that you're carrying. Okay. I hope that helps. Hi, Susan. Nice to see you, honey. So I hope that helped, honey. It's a really beautiful card, Sarah. And I really want to see, hold on, if I can find that golden retriever. I wonder if he'll pop up. It's funny because he usually pops up. I'm not going to be able to find him. See, I never find them when I want to. Like, people always like, oh, if anybody ever thinks that I'm like pull cards, there he is. See ya. He doesn't have the collar though. I don't know. You had to see him to know that your baby's okay. Yeah, he's okay. Okay, Susan. Now I'm kind of getting overwhelmed because I'm bouncing back and forth. Hold on. Susan, were you who I was doing that? Let me scroll back up. I got you now. Carrie. Carrie, Carrie, Carrie. Carrie. Welcome, Carrie. I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing good. Hold on. Carrie, Carrie, Carrie. Oh, okay, Carrie. As I drop in, it's like shoulder room only. You have a bunch of people here. Oh, is there someone specific that has a message for her? Carrie, I think part of your softening is to be aware of all these people that you have. Oh, see, you also have to be aware of your desires, your goals, your passion, your craving, your fulfillment. Okay. Um, in order for you to soften, you have to have passion for yourself. You have to get off survival mode, you have to be fulfilled. What is your desire? What will make your heart explode? Like just make you feel alive again? That's where you have to that's going to be your key to softening, Carrie, is to and I'm not talking like sexual desires. I'm talking the desires of your heart. Like, have you always wanted to sing? For some reason, I'm getting music, like singing. Somebody was talking about singing somewhere over the rainbow. Does that fulfill a passion, a craving? That's what you need to do to get out of survival mode, okay? And then, for you, I love this one, for you to stop carrying this stuff so that you can be out of survival mode, you need to ground. Notice how he's so connected, he's freaking turned, half of him's turned into a log. Um, you need to be present in nature and find stability. I know you walk because I'm being shown you walking your dog and stuff. How about slipping the shoes off and like kind of just wiggling your toes in the grass? There's also some water by you. I don't know if you walk around a lake or a pond or something. Also, just put your little toes in the water a little bit. Let the dog play in the water. Perhaps this is something that you already do, and these people, like you have a lot of souls that watch over you and that guide you um, and are very aware of you. And you need to do more grounding, more in tune with nature. And I'm not talking, okay, well, Cheryl said I got to, MamaCOle said I got to go ground and be more in tune with nature. So I'm going to go out here and I'm going to do, no. It's not just the action, it's actually not in survival mode, something that will fill your heart. I love pulling over the side of the road and picking wildflowers. I love foraging. That soothes my heart. That makes my soul explode. I think it's something I've done in many lifetimes is forage and made tinctures. Got a tincture going right here of mimosa flowers. Like it's something that I love. That's what you need to do, Carrie. You need to you have a plaque on your table that I had bought my dad with a poem on it that plays somewhere over the rainbow. There you go. And Donna said she pulled the card of instinct, which is a stomach, and what feeds, oh no, where did it go? You is trusting your instincts and rebirth. Your rebirth will follow when you follow yourself and your instincts and what you are drawn to. So that's your passion. Whenever you're out for your dog walks, I can feel a lot of them around me. Yeah, you really do have a lot. Like, we all have a lot, but for some reason, yours, as soon as I connected, we're like right there, like shoulder to shoulder, a room full of people. I'm like, holy crap. And it's just for you to know their presence. And I really feel, and I think I've told you this numerous times, that um, the messages are personal between you and them, and you don't need me to tell you what they're saying. Hi, Jade. Welcome, honey. Okay. Like you're going to get the messages yourself. Now, Miss Angel, if you would like me to pull for you, let me know. Okay. And did I mention somebody else and forget you after Carrie? Because I'm about to my limit. What's really funny, it's usually like an hour and a half. And I'm not usually channeling spirits. Yeah, I have time for a card, Jade. Let's hop to Jade. I'll let Angel let me know. She's chasing my grandson, so she could be here or not here because he is a very active little one. Okay, Miss Jade. And if I mentioned you or you're here and haven't got a reading, please comment wherever you're at and I'll get you, okay? Miss Jade, what do you got going on? Jade, I see like a whole bunch of crystals. Like, are you going through an inventory? Are you doing something? Are you cleansing, cleaning, pricing, tagging, inventory, something? I see. Like, if not, maybe you need to, because I'm seeing like a lot. Like, uh, so I'm not sure if this is like a private collection or maybe you just came back from a gem show or something. I don't know. Oh, look at that. And I shuffled like crazy. Jade, I know you just joined us, so you don't realize that we've already drawn these cards. And I shuffled like crazy. But for you, Jade, yours is forgiveness. You need to let go um, so that you can heal and move forward and have compassion with yourself. Yours is more about the breath of blowing and making the wishes again. Let go of the fear of hoping, Jade. Know that you can make those wishes. You can forgive yourself. There is a beautiful future ahead for you. You need to express yourself. You need to sing, my lovely girl. You need to speak your truth. Be honest. Stop swallowing your words. Be assertive. Your voice matters. Oh, and the forgiveness part. Like you really need to let go. I said that the last time I was like, so what is up with you and these crystals or these rocks? So maybe what you need to do, Jade, is if you do have a crystal collection, um, maybe there's something there that you're looking for. Like, I don't know if like there's a financial thing or if there's something that you're looking for that you're not able to find, and the answer is going to be within your crystals. Have you lost something, a ring or something? Like there's something you're supposed to do with them. And it could be as easy as just washing them with salt water, as long as it's not selenite. It could be something like that. Or maybe it's time to cleanse them and charge them in the full moon when you're ready. Because if I've mentioned it before, there's definitely, see, you do have crystals that you need to go through, though. So that spirit has told you twice. Um, there's something there, and maybe you're dreading it for something, and maybe this is going to be the thing that's going to open something up, or you're going to discover something, okay? Especially if it's been said twice, because that's very unusual, okay? I pulled the same card for Jade as I did you. I know, that's what I was saying. I've been shuffling them, and there's been quite a few times that the messages are exactly the same. Because this is a large deck. This is a 49 card deck. I guess it's not that large. On either side is 2 purple crystals. Yeah. She pulled Trust for You, which is a figure meditating, and there's 2 purple crystals on either side. So maybe it might be an amethyst that, but I get it's something, 3 bins of boxes that I need to go through, and I've been searching for my singing bowls. So are your singing bowls near these these boxes? Because I get that, yeah, there's something that you're looking for, something, and that could be the singing. That could also be why the throat chakra of the bird singing. That's crazy. That's very possible. Now, I don't know. Angel, are you here? She's watching on Facebook somewhere. I do not know. Okay. So if I have missed anybody, so Jade, go ahead and do that. Don't dread it. Look for what new treasures you're going to find that could be possible there. I don't know if I can reload. No, I'm not going to reload there. Anyway, so if you're still here, Angel, let me know if you'd like a card. And have I gotten everybody else? Because I'm about to the end. What I'm probably going to do, the biggest thing, you're dreading the search. I'm sure you are. The biggest thing tonight is I want us all to know that we do not have to live in survival mode. We can soften. We can trust again, okay? Yeah, Susan, I knew there was somebody else here. I couldn't find you, honey. So I said, please make sure you mention, say something. Okay, Susan. Susan. Susan, I'm smelling floral, and it's more like not a gardenia, like a bukkake is like a super floral, sweet flowers. See, and you guys saw me shuffle. I got faith for you, Susan. Um, oh, okay, I see you too, Wendy. I got you. Hope, support, miracles, spirituality. You need to have faith, Susan. You stop believing. Okay, miracles still do exist. Hope still is around. Healing is still possible. Support is still there, Susan, even if you don't see it. You need to take action. For you to put your suitcases down and to release this stuff, you need to have movement, perseverance, discipline. Isn't that funny? The Stephanie with the dancing look. That's the dancing, Susan. So movement, action. In order to have faith, you have to persevere, have discipline, have motivation. So for you, Susan, I get this is more like your spirituality. Um, I feel like you're in a place right now you don't know what to believe in or where to turn. So just look up, okay? Whether it's God, whether it's source, whether it's the universe, there is a power greater than us that actually I believe. We don't all believe this, but um, that is energy, that is pure love, that is hope, that is strength, support. And all you have to do is believe. And you, Susan, have strength and support, a lot of it on the other side too. But I get that you are one who, all of us have angels and stuff, but some of us actually work with angels. Okay. So I want you to know, as you believe and as you get rid of this baggage and you put this baggage down, you will have miracles. You will experience hope and belief again. You just have to believe. That's all. And it is sometimes harder than just saying that. I get journaling will really help you a lot with experiences, visions, things that you're experiencing. Let's journal them so that you can see proof of the experiences that you're having, and you can see the growth and the validations. Okay. So I hope that helped you, Susan. Now, Carrie said she's going through a rebirth after losing her dad and brother. I literally don't know who I am without my dad. He was such a big part of my everyday life. He was my best friend, and we did everything together. So I've become someone else, basically, and I have a hard time trusting myself and my instincts. I'm sorry, Carrie. I love that for you. I think that is probably, it's just absolutely beautiful. Um, your dad's still your best friend, and he still spends those days with you. And I really appreciate you sharing that with us because that's what I mean by the faith and the hope. I know without a doubt your dad and your brother are still around. It's so hard because we miss the physical presence, and it's hard for our Muggle minds to wrap around that their soul is still alive. Oops. Did I lose video? Am I still here? You can't see me. It says my video's on. Hold on. And it's showing me on video. I don't know. I don't know. So we'll end soon. I do have Wendy, but Carrie, I really appreciate you sharing that with me, with all of us. And I want you all to know that's where our faith and what we believe in, the afterlife, is very real. They're right beside us. They go to the other side of the veil, uh, and they turn into nothing but love. It's not turn into, your soul just leaves your body, and you turn into nothing but love, energy, healing, compassion. All the mortal crap and our weaknesses aren't there. Okay. So she sees me. So it might just be something with with you, honey. The day after he passed, he sent me the song Teach Your Children. I was gonna have to learn to go on without him. Exactly. Exactly. Okay. So, and you will. You'll find a way, and he will make his presence known as you start putting the baggage down, okay? So, Wendy, Wendy, and I have a gentleman with roses, Wendy. See, and Wendy got, okay, we all have to forgive ourselves because we're all getting this rainbow, but with your forgiveness, you got money. You got money, money, money. So, you, Wendy, need to let go, allow healing and growth, and make wishes again, too. But I get yours is like making that wish on the rainbow, finding that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. You need to have hope again, Wendy, live again. Is it your partner that is passed, like your husband that's passed? Because I get, that's what I felt as soon as I came in, because I saw a gentleman with roses and I felt like husband. Um, if if not, I'm not sure who the gentleman is, but you need to make wishes again, live again, forgive, have forgiveness. I know, and I don't even have periods anymore, and I'm like wishy-washy tonight. It's just to see that kind of love. I love my daddy like that, but he honestly left when I was 4, and I don't have that kind of relationship. I see him every 7 to 10 years if I'm lucky. So I love that for you. Yeah, it is your husband, Wendy. He wants you to go on without him and know that he's still beside you, and for you to continue making those wishes to forgive yourself and forgive him for leaving you. Um, you will heal and you will grow from this horrible experience. And what's really cool, Wendy, is your next card was money. We've drawn this card so many times tonight. We've not drawn any money at all. Um, You don't have to worry about your finances. Um, you are in control, and generosity and abundance will abound with you. So you don't have to be super tight with your money. And I also get money's going to flow very quickly and easily to you. So I don't know if everything's been settled with probate. If it hasn't, it will be soon. Um, I'm sorry for being so cryy tonight, guys. I'm not sure. I think a lot of it is my heart. Like, I'm really working on the heart chakra. Um, shows a do not harm dragon. I don't know what she's talking about. Okay. That's okay, Jay, but you went in and came back in. So, I really would like to encourage everybody to join my Patreon. It's free. It teaches you so much more like about our heart chakra and things like that I touch on here. But if you want to go deeper and you want to work with your grief and you want spiritual coaching, that's an easy way to have access to me instead of like an hour a week. Uh, I'm sorry about your dad. It's okay. I had a good dad. He just his distance. Like he saved me in my teens. So I knew every day how blessed I was to have him. I never took a second of him for granted. I knew people that didn't have a dad or didn't have a good relationship. So I knew how fortunate I was to have him as a dad. I'm so, so glad. I love that. And he is the sweetest. Your dad is very, very sweet. Okay, now, the night before we close, I'd like us to put our hand over our heart again and one over our stomach. You close your eyes, soften your shoulders. Let's take a few deep breaths. And I want you to remind yourself that your heart was never meant to remain a battlefield forever. Softness is not weakness, especially in after survival. We're going to repeat that. Take a few more breaths. My heart was never meant to remain a battlefield forever. Softness is not weakness, especially after survival. And with that, I would like to thank our guides, guardians, angels, ancestors, higher selves, and loved ones for all the beautiful messages and connections tonight. May we go forward this week with love, hope, and forgiveness for ourselves. May we open our heart chakras to receive love freely, give it freely, without survival mode and without fear of the battlefield. Amen, aho, and so mote it be. Oh, I love that. Wendy says that. Thanks so much. Life's been so hard without him. I feel him here with me all the time. I'm so thankful that you feel your hubby, honey. Okay, so with that, I'd like to thank all of you for joining us this week. Um, every Thursday, 7 o'clock, I'm here. If for some reason I'm not, my husband does go back and forth to the hospital quite often. So if I'm not here, I promise I will be the next week. I usually will put a blurb and say why I'm not or what's going on. But if I can, I am here. Okay? So have a great week. I love you guys, and I will see you next week. Take care.